This video will be a review of the order of operations that involve fractions. So I wrote over here to the right that for order of operations we follow PEMDAS. Remember that you multiply or divide from left to right whatever comes first, and you add and subtract from left to right whatever comes first. So let's take a look at our problem. If we take a look at what we have, we've got parentheses here and here. We also have an exponent here, and then we have some subtraction, multiplication, and division that are involved. So as we go through here, we just want to take our time and follow our order of operations. So we need to do our parentheses, but we could also take care of our exponent while we're in this step as well. So 1/2 to the third power, that means 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So basically we're doing 1 to the third power, which is 1 in the numerator, and 2 to the third power, which is 8 in the denominator. We're going to subtract 1 over 7 times the quantity of. Now for our parentheses, in order to subtract these two fractions, we need to get a common denominator. So in our example here, our common denominator between 8 and 3 would be 24. So we're going to convert both of these to 24ths. So 8 goes into 24 3 times, so then we multiply the numerator by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So we created an equivalent fraction there. 3 goes into 24 8 times, so 1 times 8 gets us 8. We're going to bring down the plus 4/9, and then we're going to divide. We're also going to convert this 2 2/3 to an improper fraction so that we can work with it. So remember, to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, we take the denominator, which is 3, we multiply it by the number in front, which is 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, and then we add 2, so that's 8. So this turns into 8 over, and then we keep the denominator, which is 3. Alright, now we're going to simplify the part inside the parentheses, so this now becomes 1 over 8 minus 1 over 7 times the quantity of, well, 15 24ths minus 8 24ths is 7 24ths, plus 4/9. And if you remember rules of dividing fractions, we can use the rule keep it, change it, flip it, because dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 8 over 3 is 3 over 8. So now we can start to do our multiplication. So we're going to bring down the 1 over 8 minus, now 1 over 7 times 7 over 24. If we look at this, we can do some cross cancellation here. The 7's cancel and we're going to be left with 1 over 24. Plus, and we could do a similar thing over here with 4/9 times 3/8. If we look at some cross cancellation, 4 over 8 is 1/2, and 3 over 9 is 1/3. So if we multiply 1/3 times 1/2, we get 1/6. Now, in order to finish off this problem, we need to find a common denominator between 8, 24, and 6. And all three of those numbers go into 24. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert everything to 24ths. The nice part is the middle fraction's already done, so we're just going to bring down that numerator of 1. 8 goes into 24 3 times, so 1 times 3 gets us 3. 6 goes into 24 4 times, so 1 times 4 is 4. Now we combine. because they're all the same denominator, 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. So we have 6 over 24. All right, and 6 goes into both of those when we simplify the fraction, so we have 1 over 4. And that is our official answer after simplifying this whole problem. Let's take a look at one more. This time we have an order of operations problem that involve two fractions that are made up of expressions. So my advice is, instead of being overwhelmed by all of the entire problem, let's look at each part individually and then come up with our answer of our fractions. So let's just take a look at this top left part here. So let's write this over here. Negative 9 times 8 minus 6 to the third. If we do that on its own, we have to do parentheses first, so that would turn into negative 9 times 2 to the third, because 8 minus 6 is 2. We have a multiplication and we have an exponent, so we have to do the exponent next of 2 to the third, so that'd be negative 9 times 8, because 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. And then we multiply those two and we get negative 72. So this now turns into negative 72 in the numerator. So I'm just rewriting this whole thing over here, and instead of writing this, I'm writing its answer here. Now, the bottom part we don't have to do anything with, so let's just bring that over because it's already a constant. It's the number 4. Let's move over here. 1/2 times 10 minus 4 squared. Again, if we follow order of operations, parentheses first, this is going to turn into 1/2 times 6 squared. We do our parentheses, then our exponents. So 6 squared is 36, and half of 36 is 18. So now over here, we have 18 for our top right part of the fraction. And lastly, we need to do the bottom right part, which is 4 squared divided by 2 to the 4th. 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. 2 to the 4th, remember when it's written to the 4th power, it means that it's multiplied by itself 4 times. That also gets us 16. And 16 divided by 16 is 1. So now we can put that in the denominator spot. All right. So let's look at this problem now. It's a lot easier to do than this original problem. And our goal then is to simplify this problem that's adding fractions. So the first fraction, negative 72 over 4, we need to see if we can simplify that. And I believe that that actually comes out to be a whole number. Doesn't that come out to be negative 18? Because 4 goes into 7 once with a remainder of 3. Bring down the 2, you have 32. Plus 18 over 1, that would be positive 18. And negative 18 plus 18, that's 0. So all that work for 0 as our final answer. So keep in mind, we used a strategy here. We took each part of the original problem, we solved it individually in a smaller problem, and then we plugged it into the bigger problem to get our answer. It made life a little bit easier, helping us stay organized. Remember, when you're doing order of operations, and you always want to make sure you're following that order, you're writing down your work, showing your steps, and you're not cutting corners, because the moment you try to do multiple steps at once, that's oftentimes when our brain skips something, and then we end up getting the incorrect answer. All right, good luck as you're working through this.